Okay, Jen, this is your return. Deja vu, right? You've been here before. Oh, and actually, it's the first time in this studio.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Jenny. She is the producer of several shows, and her company is called now Beyond Pearls Productions.
Yeah.
And she has something coming up soon, right? March or February?
We're going to do an April show. I'm going to just pick them up. February and April show, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you know the theme without talking in details about it? What's the theme?
Yeah, it's actually been done before. I thought I had the original idea, but we will be exploring the solar system and all the planets. So I'll be performing Monday at Pier 39, and we're 2024 because I know I rewatch these. I don't even know when they are. Interviewed.
When you say you'll be performing, what do you do in your performance?
Well, I showed you 10 minutes of it last night, and I need to add more text.
Okay.
So they'll be juggling and information about the solar system.
Oh, they'll be there starting this week? Oh,
well, that's just a practice run, yeah.
Okay, and how many people are involved in that future production?
Right now we have Carrie Pickford, who is also known as Cool Juggler or Flowtep on Instagram. So he's a juggler.
He's going to come to your show?
He's in LA. He's an LA-based juggler. So he is a juggler. And so we also have potentially a few former New York City ballet dancers who danced in past performances of the company. And then I'll probably have at least one other dancer and hopefully a few other jugglers. But we'll see. Could be small, could be bigger. We'll just see how it runs.
So how it blends.
Yeah, but we at least have the main juggler, so that's good.
I'm glad you got jugglers. This time Joe will participate?
Yeah, he'll probably do a smaller cameo. So Joe Pacencio is a very talented clown, and he's been in all the other shows.
Yeah.
Which were the other shows that Beyond Pearls Productions produced have been about the ocean and the beach elements. So.
And the sunset.
Yeah.
And the golden hour.
Yes.
Okay.
We have a few.
So this one is going to be called The Universe?
Right now, I titled it Gravity.
Oh, Gravity has nothing to do with the universe, right?
Well, no, the gravity has a lot to do with the universe.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, I guess. You've heard of the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
So apparently, with gravity, that's how there was this Big Bang, and then gravity, this matter came together, and that's how the planets were formed and the stars.
Okay.
So gravity is a big deal, and then that's how. The moon orbits around the Earth, and all the planets orbit around the sun. Gravity is one of the major forces in the universe that helps keep everything together. Without gravity, we'd all just float away. But with gravity, things are held together.
That's good. And how are you going to show that? How are you going to...
That's a great example. Actually, Carrie came up with this idea, so we're going to have audience participation. So a lot of the shows, we want to really get children excited about dancing and juggling. So we want to have some audience participation with children, and then we're going to show some of the rules of gravity. So I remember in school... Oh,
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
In school having two objects of different weight, and you ask which one will go to the floor if I drop them, which one lands on the floor
that's
sooner.
A good idea, yeah.
And
very educational.
Yeah, so it's very educational, and then you ask the audience which one do you think will land sooner, and of course the heavier object, even I thought as a child of course, but no, they land at the same time. So a penny and a bowling ball, if you drop from the Empire State Building,
it will land at the same time.
It lands at the same time.
That's called gravity.
That's gravity, yeah.
Wow, and
it has the same law.
Good to know.
Yeah,
but don't jump, right?
No jumping allowed.
No jumping.
You're not Superman, right?
Yeah, you're not Superman. Don't jump from the second floor because you want to land on your 2 feet and in one piece. So,
and then the dancers are going to show how you said, David Protus, one of the dancers, like it looks like he's a bird. He
he's amazing.
So if you have enough muscle, you can almost be anti-gravitational because you're light.
You can float, yeah.
Yeah, and in ballet they always say to have like heavy legs but a light upper torso.
Oh yeah, that's how he can go that high.
Yeah, because you're kind of light. You have an elevation, like you're aiming towards the heavens, but the legs are
wasn't that amazing how high he went?
Yeah, he's like a Baryshnikov of 2024.
I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Anyway, so I'm glad he's going to participate, and Joe will be the funny part, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to come up with maybe some funny sketches where you can talk about
gravity.
Oh, gravity. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about your previous show since we have time till 2. So what was Golden Hour about?
There were like over 4 shows at the beach. So if I can just go in order, the first small show I think was called Flight. And I remember the dresses, which didn't arrive in time, but Daniel Tobias did them, and at the time I was living right at the beach, and the sunsets sometimes were really this beautiful pink and lavender. So those were like my favorite sunsets, and I thought it was so beautiful. So the costumes were those colors, and I just danced for the first one, and then the second one was a duet. I think it was called Sunset. That was with Andrea de Leon. So we actually wore the dresses finally because they were
ready. They were ready.
And it was warmer. The first show, even if we had them, it was so cold. Okay, then there was, what was the name of the show when Joe first performed? Sunset Awakened.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
And we gathered a lot of children at the beach, and we did a lot of trivia, and we gave away prizes, and it was really funny. And David did a solo that he improvised that was very passionate and emotional. Mm-hmm. And, the audience, young and old, got to see this incredible dancer just at the beach and with the sunset. It was so beautiful. Now, then we had Joe and we had Katrina. And then the next show we had Rachel Hutzel, right? And that was called Ocean. Mm-hmm. That was Ocean. And then the last show, which was September, was called Golden Hour. Right. So Golden Hour was that was back at the beach and back at the sunset, and there was new choreography, and Joe did a few new exploration, and then David, I liked this Ezio Bosso, the composer, so we did use some of that for music. However, the sound is a challenge. The waves are, if you haven't really noticed the sound at the beach, the waves are extremely loud. So it's very hard to hear the music or vocalizations. So the next show is going to be indoors.
And then you did the duet with David.
That was a film. Yeah, that was called. I had a title. But I don't think it was on the YouTube. But yeah,
so for that one, there was no music anyway, so
it was the ocean.
Plain ocean.
Yeah, it was ambient music. Yeah. Okay. So the company is definitely growing, and we really love to reach audiences, and we're really grateful for the support we've had. And this year, we're gonna have even more in terms of the next show, and we really want audiences to participate in clapping, and so we'd love for you to join our mailing list. Can I share that?
Sure.
Okay, so the email, or better yet, follow us on Instagram. I know people aren't so much into emails. That feels
Beyond
like work.
Pearls.
So it's the company is Beyond Pearls Productions, as you see here, and then the Instagram is lowercase b on Pearls all together, small p, so Beyond Pearls. So you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, it's Beyond Pearls Inc. And you can see about the updates there. And it's really great.
And then you'll you'll confirm the date.
Right, dates are very close. We're looking at a few spaces. So and funding. We're still fundraising. So we're always open to volunteers for marketing, for tech, for assisting, and we also love people who want to support the arts. We are a not-for-profit, so that means all donations are tax deductible. And we also really love in-kind and financial corporate sponsorship. So Liquid Death Water was our first sponsor, and they gave us a lot of water. So because our show is about saving the ocean and not polluting it with plastic, right away they said yes. And we had 4 Oceans giving us bracelets, and we had many times, obviously, if you are not-for-profit, Trader Joe's has been our grocery store of choice, who's helped us feed the company, and we're very grateful for that. And we also are growing, and we're looking for, should I say who I'm reaching out to? A couple banks and a couple candy bar companies.
No, not until they confirm.
Right. Okay, well, we're very welcome for you new companies out there who want exposure, especially those that are into supporting juggling, ballet, contemporary dance, and the arts. It's an education and art for all. So we try to keep it free, and then this next show will be very affordable, so that whatever your economic background, we should all be able to see the art. So in France, if you're under like 30 or 26, so many programs in museums and theater is so affordable. It's almost free, or maybe it is free. However, in the United States, it's not so accessible. They really cut the funding for the arts. I know in Denmark, all people know how to juggle. So juggling is a great hobby and thing to do for the brain, for community building, and it's super fun. So all schools should provide it so that children can learn it, because a lot of people think it's too hard and then it's inaccessible. But when you're young, you learn things so quickly and easily.
Yeah, so it's not really taught in the school.
Not yet.
Not yet, okay, so maybe that should be the first, the next goal, to introduce it to schools.
Yes, I've talked to a few people about it. It's a lengthy process. I guess there are a lot of hoops in the educational system in the United States, but if you start chipping away at anything, with time you get through. So yeah, it's just about that continual.
When you learned the dancing at UC Berkeley, you had to pay a lot of money, right?
At the time, it wasn't so much.
Now it's even more.
I heard tuition costs have gone way up. I think at the time it wasn't so bad.
Okay, so maybe they're getting less funding from the state or something?
I don't know what's going on with universities. I heard they're having a lot of controversy because they're being wimps about like what's going on in the Middle East with Palestine and Israel, and there's a lot of anti-Semitism and anti-Muslim. There's just a lot of hate speech and hate, like a lot of students don't feel comfortable. And even I heard the head of Harvard said something like, they said something like, is it okay that this is happening? Or how do you feel about like genocide or this? Something like a very simple, like, of course this isn't okay. And the head of Harvard said something like, well, it depends. We understand both sides. Like a total Trump, like, are you kidding me kind of sentence?
Don't take sides.
Yeah, and it's like if the highest educational institution in the United States, the head can't be against hate, then there's a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
So we need all students to feel safe, and there's hate speech for anyone is not acceptable. You need to be able to put a yarmulke on and feel safe, like not be bullied.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot more demonstration about it in San Francisco than in LA, but because San Francisco is much more political, I think. But anyway, and because we're close to Berkeley, maybe.
Yeah, Berkeley is there's always something. I went to Cal, and there was always something at Sproul Hall.
But your shows are mostly cultural, non-political, 100%, just cultural.
Yeah, I mean, I had to apply for grants, or I have applied for grants, and they said, what's your social impact? That was a big question.
Environment.
Well, the environment was one, but also to bring the joy of the arts to everyone, or like I said, have it be accessible.
So it's mainly.
I think that peace is brought about when you are. I think the arts, it allows expression, and when it's on the street, like in Europe, the street theater, like Edinburgh Theater Festival, or San Francisco, I'm performing Monday at Pier 39, which is a great street performing venue. then you allow people that may not see certain things see it, and it might ignite a smile, and you never know the ripple effect. So when you affect one person, I think in the Torah it says that if you just help one person, you've helped the whole world. So I do believe that, like, even if sometimes our shows are small, like, it can have a huge impact. So you should never, undermine what your small act of kindness is. So we try to have a company always of kindness, of uplifting, and hopefully, bringing the world to be a better place.
That's
so,
good. So you'll have a social impact on the children, and art for the adults, dance for people who like dance, and juggling for people who like movement and juggling. And you're also here in San Francisco because there is a festival about juggling. Who participates in that festival?
So I met Matt Hall at the Circus Center on Sunday nights a long, long time ago. And he was a very serious juggler at the time, and he was very good, but he came in to juggle, and when he left, he was like, don't bother me, like, I need to get better. And since then, I kind of got out of the juggling community. I don't even think I was juggling for many years, and then I went to Fire Drums, which was at the time organized by Kevin Axtell, another organizer in the Bay Area for juggling community. And I saw Matt Hall, and he was just very much more relaxed and mellowed out. So Matt Hall, who is a teacher of Japanese, I believe, in Palo Alto, is the producer, and it's our 5th year anniversary. I only went once, but I keep hearing great things about it. And last year I went to another juggling festival, and I thought, I'm gonna check out this one. And it was I was due for a visit because I'm from San Francisco, so
It's a free festival, right?
Yeah. So what's great about the juggling community? I started in Manhattan at the Carmine Center. It's pretty much free. It's a free community. You have to buy your props, and then we share. Everyone shares tips and knowledge, and it's almost a communist kind of
organization.
People that it's all about, I think, sharing. Most festivals are free or very, very affordable, and obviously there's sponsors, like somebody who maybe is an older juggler who wants to give back. So maybe the high school has donated the space, maybe, so it's really, you don't need a lot to juggle. It's like people who do bicycling. What do you need? A bicycle, right? So you bring your props, you come, and you have fun. And everyone shares. When I learned how to juggle, people taught me how to passing clubs, which is, and I wasn't very good when I started. So sometimes I help someone and they're not very good, and I'm like, well, I have to give back because somebody spent their time helping me.
Only a few make it big, like Cirque du Soleil. He made it big, but
yeah,
you be at it. You gotta be really know what you're calling.
Yeah, it's a competitive field. I don't think many people make a living at it, but I've heard that
in Europe they do in the summer a little bit, right? In Europe,
probably more festivals. Yeah, Avignon, things like that.
Okay, so you're happy you got into that field. You like that field. You started with dance, then
I feel like I cast great jugglers. I don't see myself there yet. As someone said, I just started too late. I just didn't put in the hours. Every year there's this top 40 list of top jugglers, but I was watching some of them, and they're just throwing up 7, 9 items, I'm doing all these tricks. I'm like, do I even care? Is that my life passion? No. But I love bringing great performers together on the stage for others. And then I do have a mentor, Dan Holzman, who is he's
been around for a while.
Yeah, and he was a very successful professional juggler. He opened for Robin Williams, so he's giving me tips and guidance, and he really wants me to step it up. And
maybe one day you'll be in the film, huh?
The film?
And maybe he'll guide you toward doing a film.
It's possible. Yeah, but you know, I will be making $12,000 off juggling gigs this year. I just have to follow his tips.
Oh, if he said if you follow his tips, you'll get it.
Yeah, he said no problem. So I am. You gotta. I also do a lot of stuff for vision boards and manifestation stuff. So yeah, you gotta really feel grateful for not only what you have now, but what's coming your way.
Okay.
So I'm really grateful for that.
That's good.
And I'm grateful for you for supporting the
arts.
My company.
Oh yeah. So performing arts.
Yeah, and Dan Holzman mentioned that I have to separate the art from the business.
Yeah.
Like, okay, my art is an art form, and that's, you know, it's like Merce Cunningham. Was he very successful in America? I don't know. More like Europe, he was appreciated. Maybe the Europeans appreciate art more. But for making a living in juggling as a business, then it's a business, and it's not like, oh look, I'm, you know, doing something artsy with it. It has to be more like showmanship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on at least, you know, playing that game, just, you know, playing it for
blending it.
Yeah, so we'll see.
So I wish you. So usually your shows are 3 days, like a full weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
And then it's online.
Right. So if you want to see any of the past work, first the company was called Angie Pearl Productions, so you can YouTube that. And then now it's Beyond Pearls Productions, so you can see all the
you go on the search
and
bar
the video. And during the pandemic, I produced 3 videos, and there's one that I did in Paris after the pandemic, which was just club juggling.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's fun to keep exploring and growing. I really like the work of Robert Moses, who in the beginning he only really did modern dance.
Mm-hmm.
And now as he's growing, I mean, you saw the show with me at Fort Mason. He had aerial work, and he works now a lot with text and spoken word and theater. So I think as artists, like even though,
evolve.
Yeah, I mean the mission statement of the company is to really share the joy of juggling and dance to audiences of all ages. But you know, I really like to draw, and we can, you know, incorporate also like a lot more into the design. And you never know where things grow. I think being an artist is really just about expressing. Kind of you express what a lot of people repress, and then the audience gets that catharsis, right? Like in Greece, when people would see the tragedy or whatever type of plays, it was literally a healing. So I think we forgot the vitality and it's not like butter. It's not like butter, but it's not like something superfluous or something that isn't necessary. It's like bread and butter, like it, or maybe people aren't into carbs anymore. I shouldn't say that word, but it's like, it's a staple in your house of what you need, like your oil or your salt and pepper. Like, I think the arts, you should have it in your kitchen. It's not like guacamole that you don't need in your house. Like, no, it's like the salt and pepper of your kitchen staples. So we need the arts, and I think in America we forgot that. And I hope to just, you know, like, I felt like disappointed with a performance, but a friend of mine said, well, good for you for keeping the arts alive. Like, at least you showed the art, even whether it wasn't perfect or not. Like, you're doing it, right? So I think, it's about the process. And is that, what are you saying to look at? Oh, look at the television? Okay.
No, just remind people where they can contact you.
Oh, okay. So I'm Jennifer Dinoia. I'm the Artistic Director of Beyond Pearls Productions, formerly Angie Pearl Productions, and we do videos and live performances, and we're, God willing, we will be doing more community events like libraries and schools. We do contemporary dance, ballet, juggling, and theater.
To contact you is on Instagram.
Right, so the Instagram is Beyond Pearls, all lowercase, all together. TikTok, Beyond Pearls Inc. And then my phone number, 917, or the company phone number, 917-450-0733. We also have an email if you want to volunteer, do things like that. beyondpearlsinc @gmail.com, altogether, INC. And then for donations, Zelle is the best way. and it's tax deductible. The tax ID number is 873165-109, and it's just a phone number, 917-450-0733. And if you want to send a check, if that's better for you, that's good too. All right.
So anyway, Jenn, I think you explained what your company is about. I'll definitely will come and videotape your next show.
Yeah.
It's not going to be at the beach this time.
It's indoors, and we have.
You're looking for a venue.
Yes, it's already there. I just have to open the door.
To find it. Okay. Thank you, Jenn.
Thank you so much for sharing this with the world, and we will be on bigger and bigger stages, reaching more people and shining bright. The show is going to be stellar, out of this world.
Okay, great. I look forward to see it and videotape it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Chubi's always in the show, right?
No.
No? Okay. Thank you.